Yeah, I'll do. That's fine, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. We're going to take it back a little bit now. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. As you can probably tell by the title, it's another top 3. Now, I was reading through my comments the other day on my videos, and I came across this one comment that says, Jed, you're an editor, why not do a video to show what is needed and how to edit so noobs like me can learn, and then do vlogs answering our questions to help our subs and learn to get through it. Thanks. That was from a guy called why can I never pronounce anyone's names? Gerard Dresch. That's probably wrong. But loads of people have been asking me that question. I've had that question multiple times and I've never, until very recently, known how to answer it. So I'm going to answer it in 3 different parts. I'm going to start this video off by talking about the first key point, and it's probably the biggest point. So editing is something that can't just be taught to you by one person. It's not something that one person can teach you. You have to learn it from loads of other people and loads of different resources and things like that, and that's how you have to learn how to edit, because in that way you develop your own style. So if I made a video tomorrow that was just like, this is how I edit, this is how to edit, I'd be wrong, because it's not. That's not how you edit. You don't edit a specific way. There's never a specific way to edit. You've just got to interpret it yourself, and you've got to put your own edge and your own feel and look on things, and you can't just copy someone else, because then you're just copying someone else, and then everyone else is the same and all the editing in the world is exactly the same, and that's not the way it should be. So what I'm trying to say is, if I taught you to edit, it wouldn't be right, because then you'd just be editing exactly how I edit. So the way I've learned is I've taught myself over the years how I edit and how to edit, and you know, I've worked with Alex, I've worked with a couple of my other friends, I've learned from my teachers at school, I learned from my teachers at college, I learned from people that I've been inspired by, on whether it's YouTube or just people in general. People like Philip Bloom inspire me, and then there's directors like Spike Jones and people like that, and there's a lot of music videos I used to watch when I was a kid, and I've taken all these elements without even knowing it and made my own style of editing. And the same goes with my filming and my photography. It's all developed and became my own style through just watching and seeing and learning from thousands of different people and thousands of different sources. Okay, so moving on to point 2, which kind of goes alongside point 1, is this. So I think the best way to learn how to edit technically, so to do with the program and the software and things like that, is to just create a project for yourself and just dive straight into it. So I used to use Sony Vegas, and I spent a long time learning that and trying to figure out how to do different things on it. And before that I used something, I can't even remember what it was called. It was like video, I think it was called VideoPad. It was like a free bit of software that you can use, which was pretty good, and it did the job and things like that. But then I moved on to Sony Vegas. I learned that from scratch. I think I learned that from like year 8 or 9 onwards, up until like my first year of college, and then I started using Premiere Pro. And I started using Premiere Pro, and the very first project I ever did on it was actually for a client. It was a music video called No Feelings. No, it wasn't, that's a lie. It was a music video called, I'm gonna forget, I'll put it on the screen now. It was that music video. Let me just play you a little bit of it.
I'ma just go ham, I'ma just go nuts. I see the red lights like Amsterdam, but it's full speed when I press that clutch. So I keep up when I leap up, cause I'm headed for the top, that's true. Best speak up when I creep up, cause I won't hear from that view. Now that's sky high, when I fly by I'll be rolling with my crew. That's my day ones, and from day one they knew what the kid could do. So believe I rep you too, till the day that my days are through. Every day like deja vu, going in for the kill, I'm a name like Rue. I say I'm blue.
So that project, I went to Sheffield where he was based at the time. I recorded all this stuff, and I got back, and when I got back I had my new computer built and it was all up and running, and I had Premiere and all this kind of stuff, and I was going to edit it on Sony Vegas until I realised that I may as well just give it a go and give Premiere a go. So I just dived straight into it and forced myself to learn Premiere Pro really fast by just pushing myself headfirst into the program and hoping that I'd learn and pick up everything on the way. And that worked. That really worked for me. It worked really well because I learned everything I needed to know, because I was looking up tutorials on YouTube. I was, you know, going through all the different keys and trying to find all the shortcuts for the different tools. And the music video came out really well, and the guy even said, it's like, well, that looks really good. Like, and for me, that's the best way to do it, is to just throw yourself headfirst into a project, whether that literally be anything. It could be client work if you're working with clients, it could be your own work if you're just going out, taking some footage and coming back and editing it into some sort of, I don't know, short cinematic piece, whether that's to some music or with some audio underlaying it or whatever. And I think that's the best way to learn the program, or any program. It does help if you've learnt a program before, because I noticed that I was doing a lot of things that I do on Sony Vegas. I was also sort of translating to Premiere, and that, I think, in turn helped me remember what the tools were, what the shortcuts were, because they're all very similar. And pretty much every editing program is essentially the same. Obviously they're all different, you know. There's Final Cut, where I think the shortcuts for the arrow and the cut key are C and A from right, whereas with Premiere I think it's cut is C and V is the arrow, and they're the only kind of differences. But really all the tools do the same thing and everything does the same thing, it's just in slightly different places. But once you've sort of got accustomed to using one editing software, you can pretty much translate it over to another editing software quite easily without getting too confused. So I use Final Cut to edit my vlogs and to edit some YouTube videos, especially if I'm on the go or I'm at Alex's, and I use Premiere Pro to edit videos like this or any of my client work, especially now I've got my computer back up and running, and it's actually absolutely, like, it's ridiculous. It's so fast now, it's crazy. Yeah, I can translate quite well between the two, and I can swap, and it doesn't bother me because I'm so used to using them now that it just seems, I don't know, you don't really notice it basically. It's a great way to keep your coffee warm. If you just put your coffee on the radiator while it's on the top of it, and it keeps it warm while you're doing a video. It's great. Tip number 3, moving on. This correlates quite well with tip number 1, because I briefly mentioned it, but in order to create your own style, which is very important, I think, because it's something that separates you from everyone else in your area of work. So with me, clients see my work and they go, okay, I love that video because I like the way you've chopped this to the music, or you've used this clip here because it then works really well with the music there. So I think what is really important in especially in your own style of editing and getting your own style of editing is just watching people and seeing how other people edit, and really watching something and thinking, okay, how have they done that? Why have they done this? Why have they made that cut there? You know, and it's all just about paying really close attention to everything you consume on a daily basis. So I, like, without even thinking about it, I will go and watch a film at the cinema, or I'll watch something on TV, or I'll see an advert, and I cannot help but analyse every single detail of the advert or every film or whatever it is that I'm consuming that is media, because I'm just constantly looking at it and constantly analysing, you know, oh, I wonder why they did that cut, I wonder why they chose this, I wonder why they chose to put that shot there instead of there. And I do that, and I don't know why, it just becomes a natural habit. But if you start doing that with everything that you start watching, you start developing your own styles and you get different ideas from different people. And I'm still learning, I'm still changing my style, it's still constantly evolving and it's never the same. So I'll see, you know, I watch a lot of, I pay a lot of attention to adverts. I went to the cinema a couple of weeks ago with my girlfriend, and it was like we were watching something and we went to watch a film, and the adverts that played before the film I love watching. Like, I really enjoy watching the adverts before the film because I'm constantly just stood there like, I've never seen these adverts before, and I'm watching them really intently, and I'm just like, I wonder why they did that. And then I see that, and then that inspires me to go and, you know, do something. If I'm working for a client at that point, I can go home and go, right, I'm gonna cut this advert up like this so it works like that, and then it kind of inspires me from there. So that's another thing. Your style will be the same mostly, but it will constantly evolve at the same time. So you'll have your base style that you always go back to and always fall back to, but occasionally you're gonna change it, and you're gonna want to do something different because you're gonna see something that is different and is new and is fresh, and you're gonna want to almost copy it, and then in turn that will then influence your current style, and then that'll evolve it ever so slightly. if that makes any sense. That's really hard to explain. But I think analysing everything you watch is a very important thing to do. It's something I do all the time, it's something I can't help but do all the time. And I think that's probably one of the most important things to do when it comes to developing your own style and learning how to edit. You know, anyone can edit anything. Anyone can pick up a laptop and download the program and whack a few clips that they've filmed or they've got from, you know, some sort of YouTube video or something, and they can all cut it up to something. Everyone can edit. It's not a hard thing to do, but what is hard and what does take skill and time and knowledge and, you know, experience is editing something that people look at and go, wow, that worked. And they don't necessarily have to know why it worked. They don't necessarily have to go, oh, I know why you made that cut. In fact, they probably don't even know what the cut is or why it's there or what it is or, you know, anything about it, but subconsciously they go, okay, that really worked there. And that's when you know that you've got your own style and you've got to that point where you are a good editor and you're knowledgeable and I don't know, you just get to that point where people start saying this about your work, and it's not like an egotistical thing where you go, oh yeah, I'm a great editor now, I'm fantastic, because you should never be like that about anything. It's good to be confident in yourself, and it's good to be, you know, oh, I'm good at this, I believe in myself for this, but it's never good to be like, yeah, I'm the best at this, I'm the best there's ever going to be, because you're not, because no one is. There's always people that are going to be better than you, and there's always going to be people that excel in different aspects of editing or film or whatever it might be, higher than you do. And so never get into that egotistical side of it, but it's really nice when a client goes, I love what you did there, I don't know how you did it, but I love what you did with that. And that's kind of when you know, okay, people are noticing what I'm doing and they don't actually know anything about it. And as hard as it is to explain, that's sort of, you get to that point and you know you've got your own style because they go, I love what you did there. And sometimes they even go, that's your thing, isn't it? That's your mark. And that seems to be the case. That seems to be when you realise yourself, you go, okay, I've got my own style now. I've figured it out. I hope that this video actually helped you understand why I haven't made a video on editing and why I don't believe that I should make a video on, you know, how to edit or how you edit, because, you know, I've just explained why I don't think I should do that. But I hope this video helped, and I hope you can learn and teach yourself how to edit. Just remember, take note from everything you see, completely extract and dissect every advert, every bit of media and every film that you consume, and, you know, in turn you'll get your own style and you'll find your own thing, you'll find your niche. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Don't forget to smash that sub button, smash the like button, and if you're wanting more videos like this and you want to see more videos like this from me, then let me know in the comments below. I always check them, I always read them, and I'll try and reply to as many as I can on this video. Let's try and smash the likes on this video. Let's try and get like 3, 4, maybe 500 likes if you're feeling lucky. So yeah, don't forget to smash that sub button, smash the like button. If you go up to my channel and you go to the top, and on the right of the sub button there's a little bell. If you click the bell, that means you'll get notified. So every time I upload, you'll get a little notification on your phone or on your PC or on YouTube, and you'll know when I've uploaded. If you hit that as well, that would be wicked. But I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.